Okay, so I said I was going to show you guys, or I was going to update the video if I made any discoveries, and as you can see, the rig looks far different from the other rig that I showed in my previous video. So, yes, I have made a few discoveries since the last video, and I'd like to go over that with you today. Okay, so diving into the rig. Um, when I tried to animate the rig on my own, I had success. However, there were some errors that I overlooked, um, but now I fixed it and it's now been addressed. When I went to animate, I couldn't move my clavicles. I was wondering why I couldn't move it, and it turns out it is because of the same reason why the pole vex show up improperly when um, you first try to create your pole rig. I mean your control rig. And that's because of the tags. Um, Again, this works perfectly in the auto rig builder. However, there are some other issues I had problems with. Um, I forget what it's called. It was Delta something. I forget the name of what was the issue that made it so I couldn't use the auto rig builder for MetaHuman. It would give me like a weird error where the Delta control would be like all the way out here or all the way back here. I have no clue why that is. But I've came to a similar conclusion from what you would get from the auto rig builder. So I'm pretty happy with this rig now. The first thing was again the clavicles, and then I looked and I was like, maybe I can do a little bit more to this rig because I mean, as the name says, it's an auto rig component. So I think the auto rig builder is just all of these put together and made simple, made easier or more simple to use. So I would say if you're making your own rig, like your own skeleton inside of Houdini, then you should most definitely use the auto rig builder. However, if you're using MetaHumans, use this pipeline. Okay, so first I'm going to start with hmm, I'll start with the spine because that is very simple. That is very simple. Um, just click here, and because this is already set up with the tags inside of the MetaHuman character rig, you can see that it automatically sets it up. I didn't have to do much, but just change this to the spine and then come over to the cog and change the root. I'm gonna come over to the parent tab, and then and then change the root to the cog and the tip to the root control. And then that worked perfectly. As you can see, this is the cog right here. I made my own local and global, so we did not have to use the auto rig builder at all for this setup. And that's by going into the edit graph. And if I went and showed you the, let's see, if I went and showed you, you really do not have to dive this deep. Again, I will provide the file for you guys so you could just click the link and get the file for yourself and then create your own MetaHuman rig. But if you want to know or you want to see, then you can see. As you can see, this is the setup for creating the local and global. If I press parent or press P, you can see what each node is doing. Okay. And then I had to change the print path to the base skeleton because that is the path that this is saved into. The actual skeleton with the tags is saved into the base skeleton. And so that's why it is a base skeleton. The path we're looking for is the base skeleton. If I can click it again. Okay. That's a little something. So the spine setup worked immediately just because of the tag setup that was already given. And then the of course you got the multi IK, which is the same. And then you have the reverse foot, which is also the same, and the IK, which is also the same. I can click through them. The only real difference is the hand controls. That was the only difference. And as you can see, it is the same. And the issue that this was giving was that the clavicles was a part of the arm control. And so it was making the pull vector, like how it was doing with the legs, it was making the pull vector off of the clavicle and the upper arm. As you can see right here, it would make the pull vec off of the clavicle, upper arm, lower arm, and hand R. And that's why the pull vec was up here. So I removed it. Now the pull vec is now behind the arm as it should be, or behind the elbow as it should be, and no longer is above the shoulder or in this space. Okay, and so now that that is fixed, you can see it works perfectly and it's moving around. I think I have something else viewed. Yeah, so you can see pull vecs work perfectly, and boom. Then you have the reverse foot, which is the same. Yes, everything looks the same. It's working. I have not really done anything to the reverse foot. I'm pretty sure there is something tagged as the foot. Maybe, let's see. Because I really don't think I was going to go in and add the foot tag to see what the reverse, foot added, but I don't know. I am a little bit weary because of the errors it may bring. It's not looking for a toe. Interesting. So it doesn't look for a toe. It looks for a ankle and ball tag. And I think so. Let's do that real quick. Let's give it an ankle and ball tag, and let's see what that does. just for experimenting. Okay, let's look. So if we look and see, there's something that already has what we want. R leg, name foot R, and we're gonna go up here. And as you can see, I'm going to get to that in a minute on why that shot up from like what 13 to like 25. Maybe name foot R, and then name equals ball R. I think I did it wrong. It is name. I'm pretty sure it's looking for a foot or ankle and ball tag. So if I gave the foot R, which is right here, no, right here. If I gave it a foot R, gave foot R a tag of ankle. We could do that for both of the foot. Foot L. Both gave that ankle. And then kind of antsy about that. Name ball. Name ball. And then we gave that ball. Okay. Now that we've given it what it is looking for, I wonder what will happen. Just looking for a tag, ankle, tag ball. Yeah, pretty much did nothing. I think that's because it already it already is set up. So I don't think we need these two. But it was nice to experiment. However, what did work, worked well, is the hand meta. We go up here, go down to the hands meta. I was able to set the hands up because of me diving into the tags. And when I was looking at what was it? The component source, I was looking, I was like, you know what? Maybe they have added something for the hands, and they did. They added the hands meta. So with this, the tags that it was looking for were anything thumb, anything middle finger, or anything pinky, anything ring, anything index. And that's what the star means in Houdini. It means everything. So it's saying everything that's indexed, but if you had it behind that, it would say everything that is leading with index. If you had index star, that would say everything leading with index. Bring that in. Okay. Or you could do thumb R, middle thumb. If you want it to be more specific with it, you can do that. So it said you can do anything thumb, and I would say go with these because in the MetaHuman rig, the tags for the fingers are already set to L fingers and R fingers, so it will already identify which one is left on the left and right side. But however, for me, I went in and was more specific, giving it a actually no, I followed this. I had R thumb, so it brought it in because of these. If I went into the actual tags, you will see what I'm talking about. But as you can see, it gives you where's the wheel? It's right here. It gives you a wheel and it shows you if you want to get rid of the selectors, you could and bring that back in, and you can get rid of the finger controls if you want to just use the selectors. Let me bring that back, and I have no clue what this does. But it works. That's all I know. And so, go back into the MetaHuman creator. I mean, not character. I'm not MetaHuman character rig. You go back in, and I will show you. Again, this will already be done though. But if you want to know, I will tell you. So basically, I went in and added the tags. As you can see, I have the R thumb, R index, R middle, R ring, R pinky, and it is going over the bones I selected right here. Fun fact, I actually wrote a script to actually um, bring in all of these numbers. I mean, not numbers, all of these bone names as they are, because it can get pretty tiresome running over and bringing all of this in or to like going out here. You can select it out here and press A. Like if you select one of these bones and then press A, you could add the tag there, but found it easier to just bring it in like this. And again, I wrote a script so that it could be a lot easier to select it. So basically, I grab the name of the bone and place the tag there. And because of that, we now have the hands meta using all of the benefits for the hand rigs. Oh, from the hand rig it gives you based off the tags. I left out the metacarpals because it gives a weird deformation. But yes. Then I basically just took the, what is it, the right selectors and rotated them on the z-axis 180 degrees, if I can find it. Yep, right here. And I deselected the hand rigs because it was using the same names, which gave a weird outcome. If I can find that. I'm pretty sure I went over it. Um, where are you? I must have gotten rid of it. No, it's right here. You can see pinky, index, thumb. I deselected it because it was using the same names, which gave uh, weird results. So deselected it and used the default it gave. And now the rig is fully set up and fully functional. If you like the traditional spine setup that I gave, this allows IKFK, if I'm sure, no. I think the one you get from the actual auto rig builder allows IK and FK for the chest. But again, for MetaHumans, I am finding trouble with that. But as of right now, you can use this. If you like, again, if you like the traditional spine setup, you can just deselect this. I can do that for you. And as you can see, it brings back the dots. And simply go back in here for the config controls and re-enable the control fig for the spine. And then boom, you have the traditional setup for it. And you can move the shoulder and come down here, and the colors are the same, and you have the hand rig. However, I think I'm going to use the other spine setup. You can come down here, and it is fully set up for you. And the local and global will actually be named local and global, not the other name that was given. I forget, it was C underscore something. So yeah, I'm going to revert this back, and when you bring in your model, it will be with the other spine setup. I'm just showing you how to bring back the traditional one, if you would like that one, over the one that the Apex Auto Rig component gives you. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if I find anything, I will create another update video. Probably will be more brief than this one, But I really don't know if there's more to do to this rig. Other than using the actual auto rig builder, if I'm able to figure out what is the issue with the legs for the auto rig builder. But other than that, I think this rig is pretty well set up. If you want to use the foot, you can do the same thing as the hand. You don't have to do the hands meta thing, but you can just turn this all into circle wires, and you'll have control rigs for the actual toes. However, I'm pretty much satisfied with this. Again, if I find anything, I will let you guys know. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it informational. I will see you in a later video. Have a great one.